See the aurora borealis really yeah, this is from the altitude. No, I was you find an impression by home, maybe 4% years. Take a look first, and then afterwards you can see the camera is going to pivot to Can you check
You've got a great, there's a great head in there. You've got lovely hands. It's good.
So what is this one? Helen? Hey?
Yeah, I do. No, just kidding.
Why the shark is square?
No, it's just the light in here. It's like a.
Oh,
It's yellow.
Oh.
Yeah, do not smell it. The smell is worse than it.